Poudre School District High School football, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day, by Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy, and by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to Poudre School District Athletics. Live tonight from French Field in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. High school boys 4A varsity football action. The host team, the Fort Collins Lambkins, welcome the Loveland Indians in a close city-to-city rivalry game, Randy, and we'll look forward to a good Thursday night match.
Yes, we said maybe they're not a rivalry, but Loveland loves to come to Fort Collins and beat the Fort Collins team. So
and we expect a physical game. We saw one last year. You know, both these teams like to get after it. You see the captains there lining up on the sideline, going out to the midfield. For the Lambkins, you see Garrett McGraw, number 6, 15 Jackson Shore, Jake Leone, number 25, along with Jack Pedersen, number 96.
Got two teams coming in, 2-1, 3-0. Loveland, Fort Collins should be a good one. We'll be back with the game right after these messages.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
And that was the Fort Collins Purple Regiment Band.
Great way to start a game.
Yes, it is. And Randy McCoy, David Haase here with you. Big game tonight, Dave.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to see an explosive offense. The first three games, Loveland Indians have come in. They've won 28-0, 48-14, 60-0 for 132-14. So either they're just really cruising over opponents, and they may see somebody a little bit better. There's more matchup tonight with the Lambkins, which I kind of think they may be. They've got 300 yards rushing average per game, which is a huge number, but their total offense is very similar to a more balanced attack you're seeing from Loveland. Loveland, along with Iverson, the sophomore quarterback. We've seen improvement in him since game one. I look forward to a really good football game tonight.
Yeah, and Fort Collins is going to have to shore up that run defense because they got ran over a little bit last game, even though they won the game.
Yeah, Greeley West comes in. Greeley West is going to do some pretty good things. They had a big win against Broomfield, so a lot of good football here in northern Colorado.
And we apologize for the shadows. There's nothing we can do about that, but they'll be gone pretty quick. So hopefully you can see
sunlight and shadows of the trees and the
early start here on the last day of summer or first day of fall. I can't remember.
It's still warm enough to be both, but this weekend's going to bring a change. But either way, tonight we've got a great setup, and the Lovelanders are going to receive in the south end zone. Collins kicking from the north.
We do 4 12-minute quarters here. David Haase.
So the quick kick down inside the 10-yard line, taken by the Indians. He's got a man, he's got a seam. Goes into the middle, bunched up, tackle near the 35. Excellent return, good starting position for the Indians offense.
That was a quick kick and almost was a quick return, too,
yeah, it was. Yeah, that's that bunch, you've got to have that lane integrity. You've got to get out wide and make sure everybody gets their lanes. And when they're all in the middle of the field, it just takes a couple of missteps. So Loveland, we don't expect them to throw it too much. They've got those 7 for 11 in 3 games. They haven't had to. So pressure may be a little different tonight for the first time. But Riley Kinney coming out of the starting quarterback. Option left side's got the edge. And nice pop and tackle at the end. McKalen Moore come over and finish up the tackle that started.
That was too easy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. And you've got it. Isaiah Myers there, one of the captains, the junior, 6'2", 175, showed some wheels.
Yeah, that's pretty simple, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, and you get that running start like that, and I tell you what, the left-handed pitch from Kinney, he got that out there in front of him, let him run to it. That looked like a veteran option quarterback play.
They've had some option quarterbacks in Loveland, haven't they?
Yep. So pistol formation, guard set, toss right, fake. Kinney right up the middle, just dragging bodies along. He's had 122 yards in his 3 games, not a lot of carries. But like I said, they haven't had any issues anybody they played so far, Randy. And so they haven't had too many 3 and outs, and I'm not sure their punter warms up.
Yeah, and right now they're not doing anything to prove us wrong, are they?
2 plays and about 25 yards or close to 20. Ball now down the 46-yard line of the Lambkins. But a great night here at French Field. Thanks for tuning in to Stream It Sports. Kind of an offset wing, 2 receivers top motion. Another kick to the outside. This time containment's made, but still got the block. On the way downfield. Good blocking downfield. He's got the angle. 1 man to beat, and he does. Looking along the sideline, nothing in the way of penalties. So a 46-yard touchdown on the option play. Again, like I say, Lampkins came up, the corner did his job, but nobody filled that inside gap. But boy, he accelerated, didn't he?
You almost got to give the touchdown to number 6, don't you?
Yeah.
That's how you block the outside.
Stay down out there and get the kick out block. Well, and the receiver downfield, when you watch it, folks, when you go back on this replay, great acceleration, but that receiver downfield kept contact with the defensive back. PAT is up and good, so a quick 7-0 lead with 10:53. So in 1 minute and 7 seconds, Loveland puts one in the bank.
Yeah, Loveland's coached by Wayne McGinn, and athletic director is Kevin Clark. Fort Collins coached by Coach Eric Rice, down there rocking the shorts and muscle man shirt. Skip Cadu is their athletic director. And, if I'm Fort Collins, this might be one of those, the best defense is a good offense, because they did. There was very little resistance right there to those 4 plays.
You're exactly right. Well, you can see a lot of Michael Remmers tonight. We've also seen how, the quarterback here will run. Iverson will take up and run. Hayden Iverson, like I say, just a sophomore, but really has grown into the position just in the 3 games we've seen. So kickoff now by Seymour, one of the captains. Up in the air, going to be a return. Bobbled. Abiasega takes it on the side, just splits out, gets 1 tackle, slips it outside the 25, so another decent return.
If you remember last week against Greeley West, Abby really had a coming out party, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He had a great game and several returns, great plays on offense, too, and receiving.
And they're going to need that with their leading receiver and really all-state receiver,
Jake Leone.
ACL.
And you know, courage and kudos to that young man. He's still going to be the snapper, the long snapper. He can brace up and go out there, and at least for a while. But now Iverson, near side of us, two receivers split near, one at the top of your screen, roll out. He's got a man up on the wide side, just overcooked it. I tell you what, he had Shore down here in the crease too, Randy, number 15. So it's one of those things, a quarterback, you talk about the sun, you turn around and look right into it. There's just, that is something else. The big guys up front too, we want to make sure we give credit to all them as we can see them for the Lampkins as we go along. 78, Quay McClaney. 74 over there is James Swan. We'll get you the rest of those as we go. 2nd and 10 now, Lampkins. Man defense being shown by the Indians. Bubble screen. Get a block, got an edge. Nice tackle. Number 36 for the Indians just came up and dropped it. Carl Dunlap, squared up, put his face right in the numbers, and gave him a hug and put him down. So it brings up 3rd and 7. You see those Lampkins linemen players trying to look at the sideline just to get the play. Sam Pietrowski out there too, 66. He's the bell cow. He's doing the snapping.
Fort Collins, a much more diverse offense this year. Got a new offensive coordinator. And
yeah, running a little different. Iverson back to throw. Inside bubble screen to Shore. He's got a lot of room. Oh, that's going to be one really good tackle. He had 4 guys blocking, but credit to that one Loveland player.
54, I believe.
At 54, and he just slid up on a 54. Yeah. He got underneath there, and he made the play.
Kyle Laval, 240, 6'1", 240 senior.
Yeah, that was an excellent play because he saw it coming. He had an escort.
I think those plays are going to work for Fort Collins. They just tidy up the blocking there.
Yep. Spencer Purnell back to punt, 4th and short. If you follow any kind of Lampkins football, you know that's not a guarantee.
I would say
Loveland's playing like they don't even have anybody back to return. Barely got the snap off. Rugby-style kick. This is going to roll forever, Randy, because there's nobody back there to even down it. Oh, he may get to the end zone even. What a break for Loveland. Kicked it too well. Purnell just he bombed it.
Well, the official was the only one back there to even get it.
So a quick 3 and out for the Lampkins. 9:01 left here in the first. Still 7-0 Loveland. Randy, let's talk about tomorrow night. Well, we got a minute. We got a doubleheader here at French Field.
Yes, we do. 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock game, folks.
Bring your suntan oil.
Yeah. Fossil Ridge and Bear Creek as conference starts, conference games. And then big one tomorrow night, Rocky Mountain and Poudre.
Yeah, that's for the city championship, and it ought to be it could be a shootout, but I guarantee it's going to be physical.
Yeah, it's that game means something again this year.
Exactly. So single receiver up the top. They got a slot inside over the guard. Give right up the middle. Trap play, gain about 7 or 8. That was number 3, Zach Weinmaster. You remember him from last year, Randy. Tough runner. But a flag by the referee right away. And I think what he saw was probably a procedure call. I think the up back got it going a little quick.
Well, we've watched a lot of football in our day, and Fort Collins is going to have to fix that run defense pretty quick.
That'll move them back. That's a break.
Loveland getting off the ball really quick, hitting their holes really quick. The running backs are very sure of themselves.
Well, like I say, you're when you take those pitch like that and you're going at full speed, and remember Weinmaster came here last year and he was a load.
And they
Runs
got more
hard.
than him now.
Yeah, no, that's a good look. And now we've got now get penalty marked off. I think they were trying to figure out a couple extra things there. I didn't know what the delay was, but puts them back to 1st and 15. Now ball just inside their own 15-yard line. Some of those stars up front, 57 Travis Breches, 58 Colton Vogel, 68 Joshua Sharps, some of the interior linemen for the Indians. Snap, shoulder, inside reverse play. That takes some guts. Give it to the back, the pistol back. He gives it to the slot back coming from the right to the left, inside of him, between him and the line of scrimmage. I love the play, but boy, that's high risk, high reward there, isn't it?
Well,
about 5.
I think they were hoping maybe they'd break.
Yeah, well, you just all you got to do is get that backside linebacker. Kudos to the Lampkin defense staying home. You've got to be assignment ready.
Well, this is big. I know it's only it's first quarter, but they really need to stop them here and make them punt.
Getting that bunch offense, just a slight split outside. Now we've got flag right away by the side judge, which means somebody lined up offsides or encroachment, so they're going to get 5 free back.
Yeah, Fort Collins just give it right back to them.
So brings up 2nd and 5.
We're getting into that time of the season where we start knowing what teams, what they are, what they're not.
Yep.
And
3 or 4 games in, your tendencies start to show, and you don't want to give an offense like this, I don't think, any edges, do you?
No.
Last starter out there I didn't get before Joseph Withers, number 69. I imagine, 5'10", 190. Loveland, pretty young team. Winemaster up the middle, makes a couple of people miss, slides the outside. Caught from behind, gained him about 15 out to the 40, just across. Boy, I tell you what, he reminds me of
touchdown-saving tackle
he
by
reminds
4.
me of what we're going to see tomorrow night with J.T. Erickson.
He does run a lot like him, doesn't he?
Strong in the middle, got that good forward lean, runs behind his pads. Not quite as big, but maybe a little bit more of a burst. They got listed 5'11", 180. And Erickson runs about 200 to 205. So, but both, I love that explosiveness and that vision when they get beyond the line.
Their quarterback's 6'4", too, so that's going to help when.
Yep. Motion again near side, straight toss left outside, got the gap again. They're going to have to start bringing up the safeties. Michaela Moore comes up from a deep safety spot, Randy, to make that tackle. But he's got to cover 10, 15 yards, and by that time, the running back, he's got full speed when he's taking that pitch. It's an overload play, and there's more options out there for the offense until the defense starts sliding over. And it's the kind of play it's 6 yards deep. So with the depth of the safeties right now for Fort Collins, that they're not able to come up and close that gap. You got a too high Tampa 2 look. Roll out the right side, blitz coming, lobs downfield, it's going to be picked off. Jackson Shore saw that coming a mile away.
Big play.
Yeah, it really was. Number 15 Shore. Yeah, the man was open for a second, but I tell you, he just laid the ball out there, and it wasn't like Kenny threw a bad pass. It was just telegraphed, and Shore played back in safety there and said thank you very much. That's his 2nd interception of the year. We saw him at least one more than he had against Fossil Ridge, but that's a good play by the senior.
Riley Kenny, 6'4", 170, the quarterback, and when you're that big, he kind of wound up a little bit. You could kind of tell when he was going to. But they're not. That's not how they're winning games. So.
No, yeah. Well, and frankly, they've got shown so far they've not had much competition. We'll see if that makes a difference tonight. Remmers on his first carry of the night goes forward, pulling bodies, gets across midfield.
The Indians ranked number 3
in 4A.
In 4A. Windsor, who we've got next Friday night against Monarch, I think is ranked 6 now.
Yeah, that will be I'm not even sure if they played this year. I need to check that out. I mean, Lampkins are 2-1. It's not like they've only lost to Poudre, who's getting votes in 5A.
Yeah, that's right.
Fake that time. Everson comes out. He's going to have to look. Somehow there was a miscue there. I don't think he expected the bubble screen because he faked it and he started running. And
well, he'd been better off if he'd have ran. He probably would have got almost all that 10 yards.
Yeah, that rollout wasn't meant to work for that play. If you're going to do the bubble screen, you got to get it out of your hands. And just like I say, they got him out of rhythm. He threw it low, and Purnell couldn't bring it in. So once again, third down coming up, and a fair amount. They got to get inside the 44-yard line of the Indians.
Really 2 quality wins by the Lampkins.
Yep.
5A opponent. And
got a man down deep. Ball's got up, hanging in the air, though. Threw it on the outside. He had Abiasega down there, Randy, just underthrown. Because the second was 2 steps beyond his defender.
Yeah, well, he's going to be able to get open on most people, but you got to put air under, something like that. You throw more in the middle of the field and let him run under it, don't
Let
you?
him come to it, and you got to throw it earlier. He's on the right hash or near the right half of the field when he threw it. DeSega was on the far left sideline. So not only is it 35, 40 yards downfield, but he's crossing 2/3 of the field. That's a 50-yard throw. So punt time again. This time Indians have an athlete back. Not much of a two-man rush. And goes into the end zone back there. Isaiah Myers, the captain, number 1. We've already seen him carrying the ball. He's a dangerous runner. He just couldn't get over to that. And as he turned to look again, though, as he turned, Randy, looking about the 10-yard line there, he's looking right in the sun.
Yeah, he was.
Good decision. It did go in the end zone, so.
Want to welcome our Loveland fans who might be watching tonight. And if you're watching on your phone or listening on your phone while you're sitting in the stands, the shade's coming. So
yeah.
Got a couple of hundred folks over there in Loveland. Like I said, short drive right up.
And most of them look like they found the shade themselves.
Yes, they did.
So Kenny, after the interception, breaks them back out 1st and 10 on their 20. Weinmaster set to his left. Give up the middle. They other than the pick, they haven't had maybe less than a 4-yard play. That offense is running downhill right now.
Well, and Fort Collins will start seeing some tendencies, but they've had a pretty good variety of running plays so far. They've run wide right, they've gone left.
Yeah,
you really can't predict them yet.
No, and they've done them all well. Kenny does a sideline jog back and forth for the play. Snap again. Weinmaster to his left. Sweep coming to the inside. Give. That time runs right into a tackler. Now, just a great job. Alam Bashara, number 5. He set the corner there. He knew he had guys coming at him. He just stayed in place. And it's kind of a trick play. You're trying to get everybody to follow the running back, the deep backfield motion, and comes
worked
underneath.
On me.
Yeah. But you can see that they're doing that pull. That lineman pulled, and Bashara saw that. He just stayed right there. If the guards are coming at you, there's a good chance so's the ball. So good read. Brings up 3rd about 3 now after the tackle. So 2 wings set facing kind of a slanted in stance. Toss right side, going on the outside is going to have first down and some. He just got a full head of speed out of that. I like that play, Randy. You've got to make one choice, and that's when you tell your running back, don't juke. You make one cut, you go. And that's exactly what he did. And just makes that edge. So 1st and 10 now. Indians, they lead 7-0 here in the first quarter at French Field. You watch Extreme Sports. 4:05 left here to play. Great night for football. Inside give to running back, goes around the edge. Tell you what, they're just running by, stiff arm on Shore. Still got the edge down the sideline. Tackled out of bounds.
Easy, boys.
Yeah, just kind of didn't really mean to do that. Myers, he's got that loping gait.
6'2". He's 6'2", 175.
Yeah,
so.
he doesn't look like he's running away from people, but boy, as soon as he gets that gear in, he's running by him. He's tapping his helmet right now. He'd like to have somebody come in and get him, but I don't think the coach saw that. That's when the coach says, you look fine to me.
Yeah. I'm not tired.
Yeah. So bunch formation again, slot right behind the guard. Myers in motion right, give to Weinmaster right up the middle. Lampkin's trying to get to his legs. He just claws his way forward for 4 yards.
Well, I'll tell you what they're going to have to figure out is that outside block, that running back comes up and blocks the defender inside, and that's kind of different, and they're just not seeing it coming, and they're getting blocked every time on those corners.
Their leverage isn't there. So 2nd and 8 now. Now about more than half the field's covered in shadow here, and by the time middle of the second quarter, the whole field should be, except for maybe that south end zone. And, well, they're going to let it go because nobody was moving. I didn't think they had players set. Weinmaster taking downfield. That had to be a procedure call, and I think Fort Collins coaches liked it too. They're just kind of standing there, and the ball got snapped, but the referee apparently didn't see anybody else moving.
Well, I kind of wonder if that was on purpose.
So So 3rd and short, and 4 down territory for sure, unless they've got a really strong kicker. So again, 2 slots right side of the formation near. Fake the ball underneath Kenny, run straight up the middle. He's not going to make it to the 30-yard to gain, so he's going to be short. Brings up 4th and very short. One thing that, I say, Kenny, if he carries the ball very often, Randy, he's got some yardage, 133 yards, for the first few games, but throwing the ball, but if he's going to run the ball very often and then run to the sideline on these hot game nights. Loveland going heavy right. They got a 57 out there. That's just an offside.
Well, they're going.
Yeah,
they're determined to run that, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and it's good short yardage play. But what they did there, the guard and the right tackle switched places. I shouldn't even say right tackle. That's an extra lineman they got out there. So they had, I don't know if they actually called him lineman eligible. They just got a heavy overload to that side of the lineman. That'll help you run the ball too. If you just leave him out there and you're not really looking for a tight end type play, because he doesn't have an eligible number. That was 57 that went out to the end.
I was just doing a little research here, and the #1 quarterback in K-State history, Colin Klein.
Yep.
Played right here at Loveland.
Straight up the middle this time, breaks a couple tackles. Just that inside give. They followed Winemaster to the one side, gain of about 9. But yeah, that head linesman with the far side.
He's not calling much, is he?
No, it's going to have to happen right in front of him.
He's not. He can't see anything.
Yeah, first down yardage, though. He said, I'll take your word for it. Move the sticks.
Yeah.
It's like looking right into somebody welding. So 1st and 10, another impressive drive from the Indians. A little more methodical this time. Short bunches, but they have been able to get him off the field. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. Haase split here near side. Fake the toss. Kenny goes upfield. He's going to be, he slips out of a tackle. But he was dead to rights in the backfield. Number 34 for the Lampkins came across. Randy had him, Jace Weedy, and just didn't get that leg secured. Still gained 5.
Loveland doing double duty here. They're moving the ball, but they're taking up time too.
Oh yeah, this quarter's going to be over. This will more likely be the last play. If not, I don't think they're going to try to run another play. So the clock's going to wind out here with a 7-0 lead for the Loveland Indians here at French Field. You're watching Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So very warm night here at French Field. First quarter is in the books, 7-0. Loveland Indians lead, and they're knocking on the door. Ball's going to be snapped right about the 13-yard line for the Lampkins. And Randy, the Lampkins, obviously not much offense generated. This drive, the first one was like a lightning strike. They took it right downfield and then had a long play for the touchdown. But this one, 3s and 4 yardages, and they've not had to throw the ball once. The only one pass they threw in that second drive was picked off by Jackson Shore. So,
well, you said they've only thrown the ball 11 times in 3 games.
Yeah. Well, I think Coach McGinn decides, you know what, if I can average 4 or 5 yards a carry, he's got a horse like Winemaster between the tackles, and then just the sheer speed and athleticism of Myers outside. Why do anything different?
Yeah. And Kenny's back there running the show.
Yep. This air could get pretty quiet around here. Lampkins faithful here on this side. Good crowd turnout tonight, but not too loud. Give to the right side, just the easy way to the end zone for Winemaster. Boy, what a great job of blocking downfield.
Yeah, that's all blocking.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, give Loveland, it to the runner, but that's all blocking.
Loveland does not have a size advantage. Decidedly undersized up front compared to Collins. They're just quicker. And they're using it to their advantage. Like you say, the blocking scheme is really working. And
give credit to the coaching staff, Wayne McGinn and his staff. And, you know, they look well coached. They look like they know what they want to do. And so far, they're doing it.
So Cody Rakowski out for the PAT. Drills it high into the air and deep into the back of the track facility here at French Field. 14-0.
Loveland's got a little chip on their shoulder from last year, the RPIs and different things. I think they missed out or something. I can't remember what it was. But
yeah, they really did.
And so I think they kind of want to
really
show people
hammer down.
that they've got a program here and you better watch out. And so far.
Well, historically, lots of great players coming. You know, Colin Klein, Jeff Byers many, many years ago went to Southern Cal, played in the NFL for a little while. And he was the #1 recruit in the entire country that year. So, I mean, there's been Scott Davis came out of there, running back at Nebraska, and then later with the Jets. I mean, they've had tons of good players. So it's not like a program that just showed up.
No, they're used to winning, and you know, especially in this 4A division, boy, I tell you what, this is a tough this is a tough road to hoe in this 4A around here.
And you got Windsor right around the corner up here. We already know Pine Creek's pretty darn good. They handled Windsor, but it's only 10-0. So a second back deep to receive for the Lambkins. Need a spark. And a touchback kick. Nice job of driving it into the end zone. No return. Ball to 20.
Looking forward to tomorrow night's Rocky Poudre game. You know, we've talked about the city games are so early and they don't really have a lot of meaning, but this is one that's mid-season now that I think the crowds will show up and should have a big crowd here and watching here on Stream of Sports.
So 1st and 10 Lambkins now. Hayden Iverson brings them out. No back, trips to the top of your screen, too near to the sideline. Jet sweep, cuts right side. And the old coach in me, Randy, just goes, I mean, Michael Remmers is a good runner, but he's still running to his right with the ball in his left hand. So the stiff arm is certainly out of question.
Well, and the other thing is he ran 15 yards sideways.
Yeah, and that's the difference between the jet sweep. You're trying to get an outside angle, and nobody really had the blocking downfield, whereas we've seen Loveland's is more of a deep backfield pitch and turn, and they got a chance to turn their shoulders towards the line of scrimmage.
Loveland sucked the wind out of this stadium, haven't they?
They really have. They've put on a show already. No back again. Same motion, jet sweep, faked this time. Iverson rolls, got the underneath player, nice pass. Still on his feet down the midfield, cross midfield, going for the 33 for the Lambkins, and that's Kellen Vagasser. I'll tell you, Iverson did a nice job. That was just a drag pattern coming on underneath. Hard for linebackers to pick that up in high school, even in college. And all of a sudden, he's wide open, and Iverson just took his time, laid it out in front of him, and let him run with the ball.
Great play, and we saw their first series. They almost had about 2 or 3 plays there. So if they just are patient here, I think they can throw on Loveland.
Screen pass coming here. Purnell, bubble screen, takes up inside the 35. Close to first down yardage, depends on the spot. You know who the happiest guy in the field is right now? The head linesman.
Yeah, the head linesman, because the sun is finally off the field.
Oh, brutal. You can still see the coaches over there, the Loveland coaches at the top of the screen. Nice shot by our cameraman, Brian Roxbury. Everybody's got their hand over their eyes trying to see. So second and very short. Fake to give. Iverson turns around. Quarterback keeper's got room. Got the outside. Downfield near the 20. Knocked out of bounds. Smart play. Lived the fight. He might have got another yard out trying to bang into 2 guys, but no. Tell you what, sophomore, I like his head for the game. Makes good decisions and put this offense back in position to score. They truly need a touchdown here, don't they?
Yes, they do. And again, the best thing they're doing is they're keeping the Loveland offense off the field.
Yeah, well, Loveland's got defenders out there. You see Hayes out there. You see other guys that are they're two-way players. As you see a lot, you'll see a lot in 4A on down. Just don't have the numbers, so you want your best kids out there. Remmers carry that backside though. Got from behind. And
67.
Nice job by 67. Just get a hold of the jersey and grabbing it and keeping it.
And we don't have a 67. That's maybe 57.
That's always an interesting.
Yeah, Travis.
Yeah, you're right. It is 57.
Bretches.
So he's another two-way player. You see 87 out there. You see 65 also. Those guys are, a few of them going back and forth. And it's a hot night. We'll see if that has anything to do with it. So loss of about a yard on the play. Iverson starting count, rolls his right, gives to Remmers. Hard run right up the middle. I like that, man. He just saw his alley and he accelerated.
Yeah, and they ran that play very successfully last week. Good to see him come back with it.
Yeah, well, there's some serious beef on that line in front. Like I said, Swan, James Swan, 78 Quay McClaney. I mean, they got some boys who can drive at 63. Also out there, Jose Guerra, another junior. They are dry blocking body types. And I think right now you've got that size advantage. I think Coach Rice would just love to just take it straight on down.
You see Coach Rice about 20 yards from the offensive coordinator.
Trying to stay away. Out pattern, thrown on the top, short, grabs it, catches it. Maybe only a gain of a yard, so nice job of closing down for the Indians. Number 36 just accelerated, Carl Dunlap, the senior corner. So fourth down. And by Jake Leon's going out in the field, so we're going to see a field goal attempt. Ball's currently in the 15. They'll turn it into about a 32-yard attempt. Captain Garrett McGraw, number 6, is your kicker. Plenty of leg. Saw him make one for over 40 in pregame, Randy.
And obviously, you always look for a fake.
Well, it'd be tough for a nice drive to come away with no points. So Iverson is your holder.
Yeah, I would.
Loveland's barely even rushing. They got guys staying back. Kick is kind of pulled left, and it went left, so it's no good. The old right-hander on the right hash mark, he tries. He's got to hook it a little bit, and that one was just a little too much. So, no points on the board after a nice long drive. They drove it, 55 yards, but come up with nothing. And a fair amount of those guys just turn around, and now offense goes to D, and D goes to offense. Other guys out there, Shea Wynn, number 4, the near side corner you see for the Lampkins. Also 16 is Will Lampiers. Michaela Moore, we talked about him, number 1, and makes several plays in the secondary. Jack Sheasley, 14 too. Give Weinmaster right up the middle, breaks out of a couple tackles. You can't arm tackle him with one guy. And that's the way to get to the party there. The Lampkins surrounded him. Maybe 4-yard gain. Clock running here at French Field. 6:18 to play here in the first half. 14-0. The Indians lead the Lampkins. It's not a city rivalry, but boy, it's certainly regional, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Kind of has become in lots of sports too.
Sprint motion left, toss left, got the outside edge, first down yardage. Cody Rakowski again. Like I say, they get that sprint going, and he gets on that edge. Just a couple of decent blocks, and right now you've got to credit. I mean, obviously up front they're blocking well, but the outside, the perimeter blocking for the Indians has been stellar.
Impeccable.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has been.
They're staying on their blocks, and then with that back, I mean, that's why I like that play compared to a jet sweep. The back's already running at full speed, but he's going forward.
Yes. But Fort Collins able to hold the ball for a pretty good drive, even though they came away with no points, but did give their defense some rest.
Toss right. Weinmaster breaks through 2 or 3 tackles. Still out in the open, across the 40, 45, 50. Hit from behind, coughs up the ball, and it's going to be covered by the Lampkins.
Great hit.
Well, and that was a pure hustle play. Weinmaster is looking to get out into the open field. He wanted to drop the Jets, and from behind, one of the defenders.
Shea Wynn with he got the fumble.
He ended up with a fumble, number 4, but I couldn't see who got it from downfield from behind, but boy, what a great play to come behind. And that might be the spark the Lampkins need. They sorely needed something to happen.
Well, that's what happens. The runner didn't see him coming.
Yeah.
So.
And you can tell he went to pop it too. He popped it straight out. That ball went forward 5 yards, just hammered it. So 1st and 10, Lampkins now at their own 42.
get the crowd into it a little bit here.
Yeah, got a little buzz going. Iverson pistol formation, 2 receivers near. And we got some movement. Procedure's going to be the call. Great shot there of the referee. Hot night, he's conserving energy. He just turned around and made the call from right where he's standing. So another 1st and 15 for the Lambkins. When you're down 14-0, you can't afford to stop yourself.
No, you've got to. They've looked sharp on a few plays. Difference is Loveland's looked sharp on almost all their plays. So 2 turnovers, though.
Yeah, 2nd turnover of the night. Fake to give, inside toss. Boom. A great play coming up and making a tackle and that was Jack Pedersen, 96. That's why they gave him that number. That's an eligible receiver's number, an end number, because he had been playing with a 76 earlier this year. And give the big fella a chance to rumble downfield.
Probably just for that play, huh?
Yeah, gain of about 8, maybe 9. But I tell you what, credit to that safety. He came up and squared up, and that's when coaching overtakes your brain. You shouldn't want to hit a guy that big when you're a little bit smaller. Fake the dive. Iverson pulls it around. Try and run between his struggles forward. Gain of about 5. Nice run. I thought they had him wrapped up. Tackled by Seymour. 3rd and short. Remmers has only had a couple of carries so far tonight, Randy, and he's not even in there right now. And actually, he's back in the back. Okay, he's deep seat now. They went the I formation. Fullback set. A little weak side trap play. Dives forward, gets the 1st down. And that was a nice job by Remmers. He saw the gap. He knew what he needed to get.
Just a pro set there. That looked like a lot of running backs that we grew up watching, huh?
Well, that right guard just pulls over there and kicks out a block. And the fullback fills his spot. And it's just a hesitation move. It's the old Washington Redskins counter tray. Comes in running behind him, had that gap, and 1st down yardage was made. Lampkin's in business still. I formation, give to the fullback. McGraw right up the middle. Garrett McGraw, he's still running, just knocked off on his feet. Oh, I thought we were really going to see one there. Guys didn't give up on him. 24 for the Indians, snagged him. Trey Cardenas, because otherwise he about popped out of there, didn't he?
Yeah, and McGraw, all 5'8", 155 pounds of him.
Yeah, prototypical fullback. Another 1st down yardage. Lampkins are getting some rhythm with their offense, Randy. They've had a couple drives moving inside, weak side again. 1 missed tackle. Remmers slips it, though. Nice job of getting forward. He had in the backfield. Number 23 for the Indians came up, and that's Caleb Smith.
Well, I think they're setting him up for something.
Well, you're going to just keep bringing those safeties up.
Yeah, and all of a sudden Abby will get by one. And
yeah, well, Abby a second here to the near side. Jackson short of the top of your screen. 2nd and 8.
Got a single safety back there.
Kellen Vogesser set at fullback. Stuck with the I formation here since the 1st down play. Timeout, little uncertainty there. So Lampkins, they'll take a timeout. So will we. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
There you see the Lampkins huddling up there as we hear a little journey by the Purple Regiment Band.
Maybe an ode to the and we've got another talented baton twirler down here. I just like going through it. Like I say, the athletes aren't the only ones that put a lot of practice hours in. The band, the cheer squad, everybody. They all get to showcase it here at French Field. So 2nd and 8 now. Lampkins, Iverson under center, gives, fakes, looks downfield, got the screen set up. Oh boy. Somebody just, I don't even know if he knew he had the ball, because that was such a missed tackle. I don't know if he knew that Vaugesser had the ball. Great reception.
He slid right through a bunch of guys, and I like you said, you don't even know if they knew he had the ball.
I mean, 2 guys ran by him. Big play, nice play call too.
Yeah, coming out of a timeout, you want to come out and run the play that you called successfully.
Trips, bubble screen underneath. Aseged catches it. He got fouled inside. Nice job of just tagging along on the play there. Cody Donovan fouled it along on the inside. Sometimes you got to be part bloodhound to be defensive back. You got to start figuring out what's coming at you.
And the Lampkins really need to score a touchdown here.
They can get a first down inside the 1 yard line, so 2nd and 6 now. Rimmer's behind, straight up the middle, bounces off one tackle, but just gets engulfed. Tell you what, number 87 is having a pretty good half already on defense. He's made several tackles. Alex Seymour.
Well, you see the difference in just the blocking, and not trying to cut down the Lampkins or anything like that, but the offensive line for Loveland is moving people. And
well, there's, like I said, again, there's a huge size advantage right now. We'll see if that adds up, because I mean they're trying to run around blocks, and I think that's why you see the I formation, the fullback in there. A lot more power game this drive. Iverson's got a man wide open on the outside. Jackson Shorter's going to walk in.
Awesome play, touchdown.
Iverson took his time, let the man get out there, threw a nice strike short, showed those good hands, takes it across the line, puts the Lampkins back in the game. Well, and that's what strong running will do for you. All of a sudden, linebackers up there. I mean, nobody followed short to the outside.
And that's where your balanced attack comes in. We said that they're setting them up by running so many times. And if you can run the ball in football, you're going to be successful.
Well, so McGraw out to kick. PAT, Iverson's the holder. The snap, the hold, and the kick were all good. So 14-7 now with 3:16 left. Some spirit back in the Lampkins and some spirit here on the sidelines. Get these fans up off their seats a little bit and give the boys some support.
You talk about really a good running game is a key to the passing game, and so many years Peyton Manning with the Colts won so many games and had all those stats, but never could get to the big games because they typically didn't have a great running game.
Later in the year, yeah, it's a difference. Yeah, you can do a few things like that, but it's such an exception. Plus just time control, like you mentioned earlier in the half, Randy. We got 3:16 left, and time of possession, I would say it's pretty much even, if not just a little bit of an edge to the Lampkins. They've picked up 2 turnovers, and the first score by Loveland was a really fast score. Well, we're back to a football game here. Lampkins certainly do not want to give up a score right before half. Pooch kick, it's up in the air. No fair catch call, but he just takes it, goes right to his knees. Smartly done, number 28. Had a little room to run, but there's some coaching there. Cody Donovan.
Not sure why you'd want to give him the ball on the 32-yard line.
Might have been an execution thing. I mean, their first return was out to the 35s. They've got the athletes to do it. I guess they just thought they might get a break, but when you try those,
it was too far for their own team to get the ball.
Yeah. Like I said, I think it more been just an execution thing. Maybe didn't get it high enough in the air. It's a bit of an art. So back on the field now after a bit of a break there. Kinney leads them out. Hayes on the sweep left on the inside give. He's got the edge. What a stride. Boy, he just gets downfield.
Well, he had 2 guys out in front of him.
Yep.
It's pretty easy to run when you got
nobody there.
They've got good running backs, but my gosh.
Yeah, that's
the blocks they're getting is just.
Yeah, he didn't get touched till he basically went out of bounds. Gain of about 18 across midfield. Clock is running, 3:07. Excuse me, no, they haven't started yet. They set the change, but didn't set the clock. Now it is 3:06. Fake inside give to Haase. Skips around a couple tackles in the open field. Love to see that effort going forward.
Boy, it'd be interesting to see their average yards per carry for the first half, wouldn't it?
Not if you're Lampkin. They don't want to look at that number. They're in that. Well, I can see Winemaster was averaging 10 yards a carry. For sure, Haase is well over that tonight with that long run he's had. Winemaster's had certainly long runs himself. Giving Winemaster right side. Drives right into a purple jersey and pushes him back about 4 or 5 yards.
You know, I think when they run up the middle.
We got some play stop now for a timeout, an injury timeout. So we'll take one up here and be back. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So we're back here live now. It's good to see that one of the captains, Garrett McGraw, two-way player and a special teams. There's your kicker. Under his own power.
It's
got
tough
dinged
in the middle there, isn't it? I mean, Loveland's blocking, and there's a lot of hitting going on.
Well, and I think he's the one that came up and put the lick, or got taken. You know, he took the hit from Winemaster. He squared up and.
Yeah, you don't so much hit Winemaster, you collide with him. You know.
Yep. Yeah, I remember he came up here last year. It was the same kind of show, and trying to remember their linebacker was a senior last year. Is just an all over the field kind of player. I mean, Loveland. I love their setup. I love what they're doing. I mean, it's a run attack. They have, they had one pass and it was caught, but by the Lampkins. Run defense set up front now, kick back to the outside. Winemaster, good hit. It's going to bring about 3rd and 5.
Well, we've seen teams, Monarch and other teams, come in here, and really the only time they pass is when it's such a surprise and they're wide open and almost can't miss it.
Yep,
and that's.
Yep.
I mean, they haven't even tried to keep them honest yet. Why would they? They're averaging 10 yards a carry probably.
Yeah, and like I say, you can keep running here. It's 3rd down, 1:36 left to play here in the half. Clock is running. Fakes the give, now looks downfield, got the man on the out. Nice throw, nice catch, ball out of bounds. Caught by number 23. Caleb Smith, and that ball, nice job that time by the quarterback, Kenny Randy. Saw the man, stepped into the pass, and just delivered a strike. And just as you said, it became, it's almost a surprise, and he had that drag pattern. That when you're sitting back there, you're not getting penetration because you're waiting for this run. You're trying to keep your lane. Nobody's coming past the line of scrimmage.
Well, and he faked the run too.
Yeah,
so you got to respect that.
Inside give again to Haase. Bounce out the outside.
And is that going to be the one?
Caught, going to be driven outside about 6-yard line. He ran through a couple of tackles. I thought he got, the way his head turned down, I thought it was a face mask out there, but he was just trying to get guys off him.
That's truly rumbling and bumbling right there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's the first to give to the deep back, and then it's an inside give or between the line of scrimmage and the running back give. And they've executed it flawlessly.
And we've seen enough football that they're going to break one of those if they're not careful.
It's a sneaky play. Kenny right up the middle, inside the 5. Pile about the 4-yard line.
Loveland wanting to get that touchdown back.
Well, like I said, this is just exactly what you don't want to have happen if you're the Lampkins. 1:03 to play. 2nd and goal.
A little bit like Novocaine.
Well, they're coming at you from all angles. You said they've done it nice, left to right, up the middle. They've run trap plays. They've done misdirection plays that, inside and outside. It's very well balanced. I like the play calling over there. Coach McGinn's team is showing why they've scored 132 points in 3 games. Toss outside to Winemaster. Got the edge. powers into the end zone.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just no way to try to come up and stop that. Shea Wind, he's coming off his receiver in the end zone. He had no chance. Winemaster had a full head of steam, 6 points, Indians.
I think he wanted to score.
Yeah. And like I say, that design play is very, very effective tonight. Either Fort Collins is going to have to come out of that too high safety. They're going to have to start coming across line of scrimmage with somebody else to get upfield.
Even though Fort Collins is a bigger team.
Yeah, Rakowski with the kick is good again.
Loveland is really just totally controlling the
it's execution.
line.
Yeah, they are the inside, outside. They're keeping them moving. Physical speed, running backs. It's you can see this will be a dangerous team.
They, like I said, they have quieted this French Field crowd. It's what you want to do when you're on the road.
Yep. And a nice turnover there. A couple dozen students from Loveland High School. Couple hundred spectators. For those of you who stayed home, we thank you for tuning in to Stream It Sports. For you Lambkin fans, wherever you may be, your home for Poudre School District Sports, Stream It Sports. Randy and I and Brian Roxbury on the camera tonight.
You can watch us on Facebook Live as well if you're watching us. Put a message down and
Seymour drives the ball deep in the end zone. Sega doesn't even turn around. That was well deep into the back of the end zone. So 29 seconds left in the half. That's just about the way you want to run it if you're Loveland there. Just finish off with hardly any time left. But it doesn't mean it can't happen. Iverson's strong arm, got plenty of receivers. You got Shore, Purnell, the Seged. Remmers is split out right, so no back, trips to the near side. A lot of times the trips just brings an extra linebacker over to the near side, and you got a little bit more gap up on the top. Bubble screen though, Purnell on the outside tries to get the edge. He's got the sideline. And did you see the hanky come out?
I did.
Yeah. So a little laundry on the field. Tough to do downfield with the kind of blocking. Close to first down yardage on the play. And I like how Purnell took it right to the outside too, knowing that if he was going to get tackled, he needed to go out of bounds. So quickly marking it back on the spot is the holding call downfield. Repeat first down.
Also on Stream It Sports tonight, we've got a volleyball match over Windsor. Windsor and Holy Family. Holy Family coming in with a 10-2 record. Windsor 5-4. That's Cody and Samantha over there on the call. I'm not sure if it's started yet, but
Shore with the inside reverse, the jet sweep into the near sideline, fights his way out of bounds, does get the clock stopped. 9 seconds left. Wonder if they have the old hook and ladder in their playbook, Randy.
this would be the time to
bring it out.
Yeah, try something.
That's a pretty listless sideline in front of us. Not much animation. They know that they're just having a difficult time stopping them. They've got 2 turnovers, but they still trail by 2 touchdowns. Offensive machine coming up from Loveland tonight. But it's only first half of play, almost over. Iverson back, slant pattern inside. Be caught, tackled. Time is stopped.
I'll tell you what.
And time is over.
That close. That's a tough pass, man. That could be a pick 6 very easily.
Yeah, taking it downfield. Either way, though, the secure tackle stopped the short drive for the Lambkins. So they go to the locker room at halftime, Randy, trailing 21-7 to the visiting Loveland Indians. Impressive offensive performance. Lambkins, we know, have got the offense to come back, but stick around for the second half and see how they can do it. You're watching Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We're back here at halftime. A little entertainment from the Purple Regiment Band. I'm joined with Kevin Lytle here from the Coloradoan. And Kevin, we looked at the stats for the first three games for the Loveland Indians. They outscored opponents 132-14. And like, okay, you look by last year, they didn't play anybody, but they certainly look for real so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they're just big and strong, and they execute really well. They're one of those teams that there's not a whole lot of wonder of what they're going to do. They just do it really well.
Yeah, and then they keep running, inside, outside. They've got misdirections.
A lot of counter stuff.
Yeah, the play calling, I think, has been excellent. One thing, I love that part of that offense where they toss it and do the wide sweep, and all of a sudden you get your line of scrimmage is already 4 yards downfield, and they've got nobody touching them.
Yeah, I mean, the Loveland coaches at one point in the about middle of first quarter, they're yelling 5 yards, 5 yards. We're guaranteed 5 minimum every play. And Eric Rice, as you can imagine, wasn't thrilled with that. Not that they're saying that it was true. That's why he was mad.
Yeah.
And they buckled down a little bit. Fort Collins had stretches where they slowed it, but they just haven't been consistently able to do it. And when it looks like they might, Winemaster busts a big one.
I wonder if they'll come out of their too high safety formation because they're just getting beat on the outside. They need to have somebody more line of scrimmage because if they don't get when they've had the outside closed down, the inside lanes are there, and this just in, the Hayes kid can run. He's got some wheels.
Okay, they have some athletes, and not to use an NFL reference because obviously it's different games, but I think you have to play it kind of like the Broncos played the Cowboys. You throw everyone in the box. If Loveland can beat you through the air, so be it.
Well, they're 2 for 2 in passing.
Right. But Jackson Shore did have that one interception.
Yep.
I mean,
well, that's what I mean. That was the other completion.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think if you're Fort Collins, you just have to sell out on the run and hope that's enough.
Well,
I mean, they caused the fumble. They've done a few good things, just not consistently.
Well, nobody's ever going to be worried about whether the Lampkins are going to come out and compete or not.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess the tricky thing here is Loveland has them where they want them. These games go by so fast against teams like Loveland, like Windsor, who's in Fort Collins Conference. When they get a lead, they can get 2 first downs, but still eat 6 minutes of the clock if they want.
That second quarter went away fast.
Yep.
Well, let's talk a little bit about tomorrow night, and then we'll get into some of the other local sports. But we've got one of those rare double headers here at French Field. So the Sunshine game at 3 o'clock. Fossil Ridge looking to get a win here. Bear Creek's going to come a long ways north, and they're also 0-3. So the SaberCats, the early game.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer for everyone that we have to have these, a lack of facilities and the scheduling with these new conferences. So 3 o'clock on Friday is tough for everyone, but you would have to think Fossil Ridge is going to be fired up. Obviously, they just want to win desperately, and 2, Bear Creek is one of the ones that got away last year that kind of kept them out of the playoffs. They swept the city. They're 3-0, kind of feeling pretty big, pretty good about themselves, and then they kind of lay an egg at Bear Creek, and I think they would all admit that. And then, they ended maybe being 1 or so win out of the playoff spot at the end of the year. So I think they probably want a little payback, get that win, get on the winning side. You have 2 games left in non-conference play to start to turn some things around because they have some pieces there. It's not like Fossil Ridge doesn't have any players, but it's just tough. I mean, things can snowball on you.
When they go bad, like I say, you're still talking with teenage kids here, the athletes you're playing. That's a tough way to go, but like I said, you got that. What do you need to play for? Well, from last year, they got a lot to come back and play against Bear Creek. So then let's looking in for the night half at 7 o'clock. Right here at French Field, the Rocky Mountain Lobos and the Poudre Impalas. I think that's gonna be a pretty good football game.
That's gonna be an exciting game. I would expect a lot of people to be here. I would hope there will be a lot of people here. Poudre, it's their last non-conference game since they had the 0 week, so they play and then have a bye before conference play, and they really want to finish it well. Their conference is so good. Their conference combined 16-3 right now, so you need to take all the wins you can get going into that. Poudre's a team that thinks and honestly should be a playoff team. Rocky, their schedule's been great. I mean, they played Columbine. You guys saw them play Fairview last week. Poudre's another great team on their schedule. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that really, really good, really diverse offensive attack for Poudre.
Yep. And then let's just talk a little bit around the rest of the city. We've got a lot of volleyball and softball going on. Let's take softball first.
Yeah, it's exciting right now. Fossil Ridge is kind of doing what they normally do. They had a tough loss to Broomfield yesterday, but they have a lot of pieces. And then there's just a lot of depth across the city. Rocky Mountain, solid. Danny Young, a really good player. Amy Anderson at Fort Collins is playing really well. Ariana Cordova at Poudre is one of the best players in the city, maybe the best player in the city. A lot of talent there, and I expect all 4 will probably make regionals and see what happens from there.
And then on the other side, let's go inside to the court with the volleyball court. We've got stellar talent and some really good teams.
Yeah, I mean, Fort Collins playing great right now. They're ranked in the top 10. They swept Rocky the other night pretty impressively, honestly.
Yep.
They have Fossil Ridge coming in, I think, not next week, but 2 weeks from now, which will be really exciting. That'll be a top 10 showdown in the city. Stream It Sports. I know you guys are doing that one. That's going to be a really exciting game. And, Rocky Mountain, they have transfer Anna Marie, who just committed to UCLA, which that's big time. We really now, with her and Riley Zune, have Nebraska and UCLA commits on the volleyball court. That's real big talent right there.
Well, and if you look at the way these kids perform, obviously it's at a high level out here, football, softball, basketball, and the volleyball, it's just one of those things that you got to get out and support your local athletes. If you can't, tune into Stream It Sports. And if you can't do all of us, follow Kevin Lytle on Twitter. He will keep you informed too. So it is Kevin at Lytle.
Kevin _ Lytle.
Yep, there we go.
You got it.
I trip over that every time. I should have just left it to you again. But either way, thanks for joining us here at halftime. I'm sure we'll probably see you tomorrow at the long day. Bring your cot.
Yeah, you bet. You guys bringing dinner for us or what?
We're going to have somebody bring it in. So we'll put that call out, and it'll be a long day tomorrow. So thanks for joining us here at halftime. It's Dave Haase along with Kevin Lytle. We'll be right back for the second half.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
We're back here at halftime. As you see right now, here are my celebratory gas winners, card winners from Schrader Oil. Members of the Fort Collins Purple Regiment Band. They get to go home with $10 each. And hope to see a little bit more of a game here in the second half from their Lambkins.
Yeah, it was, speaking of gas, they kind of got gassed a little bit. Fort Collins did.
They really did.
Loveland.
They did put the gas on and run, as you said. But it is a big night here at French Field. Chance to come back in the second half. We're just about to kick off.
And I'm sitting here watching on my phone Windsor and Holy Family Volleyball. 19-11. You can hear Samantha there. So check it out.
Worldwide and nationwide, aren't we?
Yep.
Seymour on the kick again. Strong leg. This time back in the end zone again. No chance for a second to return it. Great night here to play. Let's see if the second half starting off deferred. Obviously the first half, and that didn't work out so well. Loveland shows why their offense is so potent here, Randy. They got 21 on the board in the first half. And they're
earning that number 3 ranking, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, yeah. Like I said, they're not overwhelming size, athleticism, and scheme right now, and they're playing it to the hilt. And flying around, making tackles. Because we know that you got a pretty good offense with Iverson and Remmers and Shore. Just the guys that have been making the plays. High snap, though. Iverson just had to take it and kind of eat it that time.
Boy, and that is not the way you want to start off your.
Yeah, maybe a half a yard, maybe the football past the 20 is about all he really got. It took the mesh away. Nobody's believed he's faking the ball that time. They all came right to the quarterback ball carrier. So second down, basically still 10 yards.
You know, it's good to be smart in sports, too. So sometimes executing your plays.
Yeah, the little things that stall drives, it could be just one play, a drop snap, high snaps, all those things. There's a lot of things going on in a football play. Blitz coming this time. Iverson getting flushed out the right side. He's got room. He's got a man downfield. The back shoulder throw coming up. Goes up and gets the catch. Oh, no, the side judge says he dropped it. And so do a whole lot of Loveland players, but a great effort.
They were helping him on that call, weren't they?
Yeah, Spencer Purnell went up high for it. And I like the throw there because he purposely underthrew it. It's the old back shoulder. Defensive back's got to run for his life. He can't turn around until he sees the ball coming. And the defender really had a disadvantage there, but just didn't make the catch. So 3rd and 10 now for the Lambkins. Don't really want to punt from inside your own 10-yard line, do you?
No, not. It's not favorable.
Blitz coming again. Iverson trying to set the screen. He's going to be dragged down from behind. That ball's on the ground. I think they're going to call him down. That might have been a fortuitous whistle.
Yeah.
Because he walks into the end zone with it. Because he got hit and he's trying to speed away. So I think actually contact with the knee to the ground.
It was close. That ball looked.
Yeah, very close. Either way,
good for the Lambkins.
Yeah, loss of 10 yards there brings up 4th and 20, and Purnell's gonna be punting with his feet in his own end zone. Hayes is out here, not even on his own half the field.
Yeah, might be inevitable with that kind of field position.
Purnell, the rugby-style kicker, long kicks the first couple times. That one he gets off. Hayes takes it 45-yard line, no fair catch. Bolts right up the middle.
Uh-oh.
There's only one person to be blocked now.
Yeah, he's gone. No.
Nice job, Spencer Purnell. The senior hung back there. As as soon as you punt it, you become the safety. And he made a nice tackle that kept Hayes from just walking in the end zone. Actually, Hayes should have waited. He had 2 more blockers. He didn't have to go. You got the end zone in your sights, though, and I get it. And he's great speed and moves, but
so the ball don't lie. Look where they've got the ball at now.
Yeah. Yep. So 1st and 10, ball about the 3-yard line. Late substitution coming in for the Lambkins.
I bet you those running backs are.
Now the back judge is starting to do a count.
Chomping at the bit of who's going to get the ball here.
Long time on the snap here. Winemaster goes right over left tackle and walked in. You're right. Great blocking up front there.
Senior gets the ball, huh?
Yeah. He's earned it. So with hardly any time off the clock and just one offensive play, 10-12 left in the 3rd quarter.
If you're Lampkin, that's no fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but sometimes the games just start out that way.
Well, they didn't execute. They didn't. First down, they had a bad snap. And third down, they got sacked. Good-looking kicker there. And it's good. 28-7 now our score. 10-12 left in the third quarter. I want to thank our sponsors, Pedersen Toyota, Schrader Oil, First Bank. And you can watch us now on Facebook Live, Stream It Sports NoCo. If you're just out and have your Facebook app or something, you can catch us right there. Been getting a lot of good views on Facebook Live, Dave. So
yep. That whole technology thing, that's catching on, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We might have to join the revolution.
I think the internet might catch on. Just that's Equifax.
Yeah. yeah, really. Somebody may be following us right now. So the Lampkins are going to get the ball back on, a 3-yard drive for a touchdown.
And you can't do that because, they've shown they can go 80 yards if they want, but you can't give them 3 yards.
Yeah, there's a short goal like that. And you can say the Lampkins need to have something good happen, have it happen in a hurry. It was like Kevin Lyle was saying at halftime, Loveland, they'll start just running the ball. Sega gathers the ball up at first at 10-yard line, makes one cut up field. Out past the 30, nice return, good field position.
He tried, in that type of thing, explain to folks, you want to back up and kind of be catching it as you're going forward so you have some momentum.
Exactly right. You would be able, if you're standing start, and a lot of times the first thing you do as a runner, you do the double clutch step. You kind of pop and go, and he set himself up to be on the move. And like I say, as soon as fast you get to full speed, you kind of got to go like a crazy man if you're going to be the kickoff or punt returner. You got to believe that you're going to make somebody miss and make that next play. And good return back out to the 31. So a little better breathing room this time starting off the drive. Loveland showing blitz again, bring one linebacker. Remmers cuts the outside, but they're just too fast. No chance of getting across the line of scrimmage there. Seymour again along with number 28, Donovan.
We haven't talked about Loveland's defense, but they've only given up 14 points this year.
Yep.
And 7 today, so 21 points in 4 games.
That's those stats that kind of end up looking kind of crazy, but they're real. And if you look at him, Seymour, he's a good-looking defensive end. He's made a ton of plays tonight and doing.
Well, he's got the look.
Yeah,
for sure.
He has that running style where he'll get downhill and
You
after.
Okay? You okay in here?
I've got a little apparatus here in the booth that I'm not sure if it's going to make it through the game if me sitting on it.
I thought you had fallen and you couldn't get up.
Yeah. Remmers big run.
Good run. First down.
Boy, what a spark there. Did you see him hurdle somebody halfway through the play there, Randy? What a great run. Really, really what the Lampkins needed. And Remmers, he was out there on the kickoff team, as you'd expect with one of your top running backs, but he threw a big block there, too, for a Seged, and now he's carrying the load.
Well,
they need to take it on down.
He's a classic Lampkin, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it takes, whatever position.
Well, there's certainly a ton of loyalty there. 3-man front for the Indians. Blitzing 2. Iverson's going to go down.
It just
backside tackle.
Just took him too long.
Visit from the godfather of French Field, Tom Davis.
I guess he really wanted that banner.
I think there's some.
He felt bad and brought it back.
The thing, King of Lost and Found. Did you? I said that in the kitchen. Yeah, your wife said that is not decor proper.
Good to see Tom out here.
We're not as special as we think we are, Randy. Trips to the near side of the field here, second and about 14 after the sack. I think that was Cardenas on the sack from the far side, but they're starting to bring people. They know that Lampkin's kind of got to open it up, and if you're not going to move the pocket, Remmers cuts outside, nowhere to go. Just corralled. Tell you one thing, Loveland, I mean, they've got decent size on the defense, but they really got guys that get after the ball and a lot of speed, Randy. They really run to the ball well. And
really, the thing with Iverson, the sophomore, he just takes too long to get rid of the ball, and that's why he got sacked on that last one.
Yeah, it's that game management style of playing. Okay, they're coming after me. They're sending 4 and 5, and either you start moving the pocket or you start calling plays that I'd look for somebody, a quick drag over the middle like Shore or something, because there's a gap there. If you're bringing five or six on the rush, there's got to be a void. You just got to be quick hitting plays. Iverson this time rolls to his left, flips it out front to Shore, but nothing there.
And that would, even if he caught it.
And there was a little bit of too much. She didn't have any reason to knock him down, and in high school football now, that is too much. So you're going to see a personal foul call, which just a few years ago nobody cared about, but he didn't have the ball, and it's the defenseless player rule. Watch me be wrong here, but
I was going to say, I didn't see anything. So
well, the incomplete pass, and the Loveland defenders came behind him.
I saw it, but I didn't see anything.
No, we're on the same page. So, yep, it is a personal foul, and it's going to be a 15-yarder, so an automatic first down, and the ball moved well across midfield. He just didn't need to do it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Did you need to do it? No, and that's
you can't send messages anymore like you used to be able to. You know.
Yeah. And
there used to be some defensive backs named Jack Tatum.
Yeah,
and
you get chances
Emmett
like that.
Thomas and
That's
some
right.
people that you didn't want to go over the middle.
Yeah, and they made you pay for it. But there's some reasons there. It's just it's a little bit different game. You got to play under control. It's like a controlled fury. But either way, 1st and 10 now. Lampkin's ball in the 46. See if that gives them that spark. Kind of a delayed snap that time. McGraw on the fullback give right up the middle. Just a scrum block. All those linemen stayed right together and shoved straight downfield. Loveland is running a 3-man front. So the quick dive play for the fullback, without the longer play, handoff in the backfield as you get from the pistol formation, Loveland can run to that. They're getting to that back. They're getting a lot of lost plays because they're already there. I formation give again. McGraw busted the outside. So 2 consecutive plays pick up about 15 yards, and they're just being road graders. They're using their size advantage, and I don't know why I would call anything different for a little while until Loveland starts bringing up more people into the box. Did it again. McGraw looking for somebody to run. Goes downfield. Gain of 4. That's okay, too. Trouble is you're down 28-7, 6:39 to play in the third.
And that other team's got an offense, too.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to give it back eventually. But you know what? Sometimes there's a point in the game where it's like, okay, we got to work on some things.
Yes.
I'd love to come back and win this game. They're competing, they are. But we're going to still do some things that we need to get us better. Now Loveland's 4-down linemen give Remmers the backside, and they brought everybody that time.
I think their defense may be a little bit underrated.
Yeah. Well, and as you look at what, right now the Lampkin's offense, it's that, okay, if you see there's 4-down linemen and 3 or 4 guys in the box right next to them, it's time to call something different from the sideline and give them a chance to get into a play that might be more successful.
I liked 87. Went over, quietly said something to the official, and that's how you do stuff. You go over respectfully, say, hey, this guy's holding me pretty much every time. Could you take a look? And I'm sure that's what he said.
Yeah. This time Iverson, quick drop back, ball's tipped, though, I believe, at the line of scrimmage.
But again, just too long in the making.
Yeah.
Especially for a 4-yard gain if he catches it.
Yeah, so 4th down, 7 now. Kind of an interesting decision. It is early in the third quarter. Still 5.5 to play. But,
you're in no man's land.
If you punt, you might gain 7 yards. And they seem to have a problem going whether it's going 85 yards or 65 yards. So I like the idea of going for it here. So bunch formation, trip receivers here to the near sideline, all right on the hash. Iverson rolls to his left, got good protection. He's got a man wide open downfield in the end zone. Purnell just overthrown. Kind of turned him around, too. If you take it back to the corner, the true post and corner route there, he had a look at it. But they know they can get deep. At that time, it was going to be a turnover on downs.
It wasn't a good angle either. They both were kind of on the same plane, so it was anyway unsuccessful. So Loveland will take the ball over now. 5:29 left in the third quarter with a 28-7 lead. A little bit surprising. Again, you never know first 3 games. You never know if you played a tough schedule. A lot of times you get gaudy numbers, and so we'll see. I think Loveland's for real.
So back with the setup fullback, offset fullback. Boy, Weinmaster just picking his way through. Actually, I don't think that's the line. Wine might be a different back now. See who gets up off the pile.
It was number
Didn't quite see it there.
26, I believe.
I think it was Joseph Bork. Yep, sophomore running back.
5'7".
Showed some serious quicks in there.
Well, all of a sudden now you got this scat back coming in there that you can't even see. And
yeah, well, that's the thing. He's got a great juke move there. So you see this formation. They have an offset fullback. He's basically just right behind the guard. Sweep left. That time they got upfield there and filled that in. Rakowski comes across there, and that time a little different, a little more of a jet sweep look. So third and about a long 3 here. They need to get to the cross the 43-yard line. 38-yard line. Beautiful night here at French Field. Thanks for tuning in to Streaming Sports. Double header tomorrow right here to the same field. Toss the right side. Weinmaster running upfield, across the 40, and an easy first down for the Indians. Boy, just tough runner. Well, they are loaded with weapons with the football, aren't they?
Yeah.
They got several guys who can run it.
We were talking off air. They almost look like they've got 2 extra players out there when they run that sweep.
Yep.
There's just white jerseys all over the place in front of the runner.
So 1st and 10 now, ball 44-yard line. Tell you what, Loveland breaks a huddle and they hustle right up the line, don't they?
Yeah.
2 tight end set.
They're a well-coached team, as is Fort Collins.
Yep. Break to the outside again. Here's Bork, the sophomore. Heads it downfield. He might have had a chance to run outside, but boy, again, plenty of yardage. 14 on the carry that time.
He's 5'7", 155, and I'll tell you what, he knows how to run. I like, too, he tried to stay in bounds, which is smart. So he goes out now. .336 left here in the third quarter.
That offset fullback again. Now Kenny going, got a man wide open. He doesn't, now he sees him. He had a guy so open that he's just trying to find a way around. Now he's going to get around a couple of defenders. And he's out in no man's land, although we got an illegal block coming down. It's either block in the back or a hold on a play that didn't need to be made, of course.
That may be one of the ugliest touchdown passes we've seen.
Well, they've been running the ball so well, and all of a sudden 2 guys, just a little slant pattern, a little out and go, the old sluggo, and the safeties all come back up and committed. And Kenny had to kind of get out a little traffic. He certainly had some pressure on him. Then he saw his man downfield hit him, but he had to stop for the ball. The other receiver's trying to throw a block, and the penalty's on the play, and is going to bring, after the penalty, the ball's going to be 1st and 10 now at the 25-yard line. So, as you said,
it was a nice run there at the end.
Yeah,
Number
it really
23,
was.
He didn't just have to walk in. He had to get by a couple. Caleb Smith.
So 1st and 10 now, ball to 25. Lampkin showing blitz. They bring it. Weinmaster just picking his way.
Fortunate that they were able to stop him because, you get past that first wave on a blitz like that.
Yeah, especially when you're bringing everybody there. Credit to Lampkin still competing. 3:10 left here in the third. This could be that dagger score if the Indians could put it in, because they've also shown tonight they're just about as good on defense as they are on offense. Second and short. Borkoff sets the left to Kinney. Fullback, I say, right behind the right guard. Bork left side the give. It's going to be a speed run in the end zone. Just
did you see that cut to the left?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Ran to daylight.
He stopped and cut left so fast. What a quick and what a great run.
Yeah, the sophomore is showing a really good burst.
And he's also showing that you're going to have to watch him for the next 2 years.
Well, and like I say, we're looking at it. You can say Weinmaster's a senior. Kenny's a junior. Weinmaster's a junior. So is Kenny. So is Myers. Kick is up and good by Rakowski. Makes it 35-7. But I look on this roster, and there you see very few seniors, even, just on the roster, period. A couple captains, Teasdale, 55, he's starting your offensive line, and Vogel, 58. Also Seymour, the outstanding defensive end and kicker, number 87. But after that, it's mostly sophomores and juniors playing. This is a pretty young team. So Asega will go back again. It's one of those moments where you hope for a little bit of fatigue in the leg and get a chance to make another big play. Last time did take it up on the run.
Got a score here. Holy Family up 1-0 on Windsor. Again, if you want to open up another tab, you can watch Windsor and Holy Family in volleyball. Samantha Miller and Cody McCoy over there on the call.
Low driving kick. Sega's trying to rally. He wanted to get that down because that low kick like that, Randy, you get a chance to go over. That was just a hammered line drive into the end zone for the touchback.
So again, 2 big games tomorrow night. The first game, both teams coming in 0-3, so something's got to give, doesn't it?
Yeah. And as I was talking with Kevin Lytle at halftime, that was a game last year that Fossil Ridge really let get away from them, and probably the biggest reason they didn't make the playoffs.
That's right.
The Bear Creek game, so they get a chance to, if you need any more impetus to win a game, Iverson Roser's right steps up and be tackled for another loss. Nice job of blowing the whistle that time by the referee. He had nowhere to go, and he's in the grasp. Yeah. Well, and just a great rush around the end there. Javon Hackett, the junior, 6'3", 210. Just the speed of the defense for Loveland really shows. Collins did figure out the last drive where they could power the ball up there, but you're down 35-7. No, so that's fine. If you want to make 3 or 4 yards at a pop, we'll let you do that, and the game will be over in 20 minutes.
See, there's a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Little 3-step drop.
Yeah. Fired the ball over there. Purnell quickly caught it, turned up field, gained about 5 of those yards back from the sack. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10. And Purnell's been close a couple times. I see he had the ball in the end zone that the last time down there that was just to the wrong side of the shoulder. And those are young quarterback things. I mean, he showed the placement. He placed the ball well. Just the other side would have been very likely a touchdown. Motion right side now. Vaugesser sets up in the slot, trips to the top of your field, shows the rollout. He's got the edge, no one there. That had to be an early tackle. Well, I guess I had a different view. Because he fired that ball down there. It looks like as soon as the ball got there, the defender was kind of draped. So 4th down again for the Lampkins.
But as I've been told many times, he was a lot closer to the play than you were.
By a long, long, long ways. You're exactly right. And even when we are closer in our own mind, we also know about how much that's worth. So Hayes again, dangerous return man. Lampkin's short a player. We got him on the field now.
Long snapper was.
We had a changeover in long snapper.
Good
wow,
punt.
What a punt by Purnell. Drives Hayes way back past the 40, bounces, takes a Lampkin bounce inside the 30, still going. Down to the 21-yard line.
This may be the worst field position Loveland started in the whole game.
Yeah, and exactly, just a great job on the punt that time. Spencer Purnell flipped the field, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what you want out of your punter. Loveland came in tonight and scored often. Took the crowd right out of the game.
Well, right out of the gate.
Took all the
exactly
energy and wind and everything. Just said, you know what, we're here. And
well, we do have a good moment to report for the Lampkins today, though. Our scout reporter for the all things Fort Collins Lampkins, the Big E, Eric Sampson, reporting that Collins softball beat Loveland today 8-5. So a nice job for the Lady Lampkins softball team, Coach Aragon. But I tell you that. Bork, the sophomore, he comes in there. He's making the most he can, isn't he? Good strong run that time.
That's good coaching, though, because, I mean, we both coached before, and you've always got to have a little bit of an eye towards next year and, in high school, because you don't get these kids forever.
Yeah. Well, and if you don't develop depth, when you need it is when you find out you don't have it. It's just an injury or two. There's a lot of great players over there, but, you change one. Boy, you young players out there, you young linemen, you watch the way Loveland breaks a huddle. Their center's up there right away. He hustles the line of scrimmage. Bork on the left side, tries it, moves down. It's going to be stopped for just a short gain. Nice job by the Lambkins D that time.
I think you call that leading.
Yeah.
Leading by example, but it also shows the defense that you're excited and you think you got a good play and you're ready to go.
You're ready to go.
And quite honestly, they've been ready to go all night.
Yeah, well, and their ranking is certainly not hard to believe that tonight now. So at the end of 3 quarters here at French Field, the clock runs out. It's 35-7. The Indians from Loveland High School lead the Lambkins from Fort Collins High School. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
We're back here live to start the 4th quarter, and you see the Lambkins defense down there, huddling around head coach Eric Rice. And, sometimes it's hard to coach with a big lead to keep your guys going, keep that edge, and it's hard to tell your kids to keep fighting when some nights you're just getting kicked. And every athlete, every coach has been through it. And, you've been on the bottom, you've been on the top, and right now, it's one of those, okay, let's get better every play we can. Let's work to win this quarter, and that's what you got to give the message to your kids for. No one ever doubts that the Lambkins play hard.
No, and I don't know. I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah, we're surprised. And
we thought this was going to be a better game than this. Yeah, I mean, it's been a good game, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
more competitive.
And the way kids would play it out there, I see a couple substitutions to make sure everybody gets Andrew Van Orden, the junior defensive lineman, number 7. He's out there at left end, kind of switch him around. Pedersen seems to go to the wide side or the strong side of that offense. Toss right, Weinmaster goes the outside, does shake one player, goes forced out of bound though. Nice effort on the
That's
on
the
push
best defense they've played on that all night.
Yeah, Jay Sweetie forced him, but unfortunately not enough to stop the first down. So 4th and short. And right now that nobody in the Lambkin side is buying that there's a punt coming.
Well, conventional wisdom would say you punt, but when you're averaging about 8 yards a carry, 10 yards a carry.
Yeah. Well, Michael Moore is going back, but right now they're coming out in run formation, so now they're basically short a defender. Now they're shifting back to the punt formation.
Yeah, they're going to try to get him off.
Well, they got somebody to jump, and they're going to get it. So it rains, it pours.
Well, and all that movement in the back, just.
Well, can I say one thing? Just a bit of an editorial spot.
Yeah.
When you're ahead 35-7, is it worth to use a play like that out of your arsenal to try to draw a team you're dominating off sides just to get a 4th down? That's just an observation.
Yeah.
Because somebody's going to see that later in the year when you may really want to call that, and a little different then. Give off the right side, moving the pile. Gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. Yeah, you always want to have some surprises left in those games when somebody's never seen anything, and I like that play. They shifted out of basically a standard offensive set and
into punt formation.
Yeah, and what they did was that the tight end started running back. The kicker and I just want to make sure I got his name right. Seymour. I want to say Stevenson. Seymour. That's a great setup, and it coached and it worked. But like I say, you're up 35-7. Fake the give now, looking downfield to throw. Kenny fires one out into coverage. Almost picked off and then almost caught.
Yeah, there was a lot of almost in that play.
There really was. I really give credit there to number 9, the defender goes up underneath him. That's Joey McGuire, the junior. So Randy, he had good position. He was underneath the receiver, number 12, Austin Jenkins. Now Jenkins 6'1". He certainly had a reach advantage now. And as he kind of went up for the ball, McGuire had it, but then Jenkins almost took it away from him. Either way, incomplete, brings up 3rd and 6, and a timeout now is going to be taken by Loveland. So timeout on the field. You're watching Stream It Sports. We'll be right back.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Back here now after the timeout by the Indians. They got 3rd and 6. They need to cross their own 45-yard line. So here in the fourth quarter, a commanding lead. They lead 35-7, 11:07 here to play. A lot of hustle on both sides tonight. Just a devastating attack and the speed and execution of that Loveland offense. They got up early, Randy, and just took the run game away and the ball control game away from the Lampkins, didn't they?
Yeah, and their defense has been very good.
Kinsey rollout, looks to throw, throws out in the flat, hits his receiver. First down yardage. Well, and sometimes you say, okay, you're up 35-7, but they haven't thrown much.
No, they don't. I mean, they've thrown 11 times.
Yeah, coming in tonight,
and they know when you get in these big games towards the end of the year, they're going to make it to at least the final 8, maybe final 4. You got to be able to throw.
Yeah. Well,
and so, at some level, you got to be able to throw.
Well, and Kenny just needs, like I say, that's the quarterback that he just needs more time under his belt, and it's nothing like live fire to do it.
Yeah, and it's not smooth right now. So, but their running game is beyond smooth.
Yeah, well, they're averaging 300 yards a game, and I don't think that's going to get hurt tonight.
No.
So 1st and 10 now, ball on the 48-yard line. Wymaster in motion. So the penalty, actually we have a timeout called again. So back-to-back timeouts taken by Loveland. Let's just chat about tomorrow a little bit. We had a great talk with Kevin Lytle. Really high level of volleyball and softball being played here in the city. Some great matchups coming up. And tomorrow, like I said, the 2 football games, it's a busy week.
Yeah, we've had a couple of busy weeks, and Sam and Cody have been busy with some good volleyball. Had a great volleyball game Tuesday night. Fort Collins went into Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain was undefeated.
Yep.
And swept them in 3 sets. Now, when you sweep somebody in 3 sets in volleyball, that's not quite as dominant as it sounds, because every one of those games.
It's a game within a game.
Yeah, it was very, very close. And so it was an exciting, had a big crowd, really had as big a crowd as you see at most basketball games.
Well,
it's a great broadcast.
You're talking about Loveland. Fort Collins, excuse me, they were the unexpected the hit so far. Everybody expected, I think, obviously Fossil defending state champs to be good. They're loaded. Rocky, it may have been a surprise to a few people with a transfer player, but she was not an unknown to volleyball people. Boric, right side pitch, speed back going, and say cuts around a couple of tackles. Like I say, he's not very big, and he hits it hard and is very shifty, isn't he?
Yeah, he reminds you of a little guy that I can't think of his name now that played at K-State, who plays for the Eagles.
Darren
Sproles. That's who he reminds you of.
Yep. Instant acceleration.
Yeah, he's gotten better. Sproles has gotten better as the years go because little backs are in right now.
Yeah.
When he first came in the league, he was kind of an anomaly, but now he could, he can take as many carries as anybody.
So 2nd and 7 now for the Indians. More of a full set backfield. This time Bork right side. Grabbed after about maybe a yard or so. Big O number 96. Captain Jack Pedersen wrestles him down. So 3rd and 5.
Try to get a score from Holy Family, really good volleyball program, and came into Windsor tonight with a 10-2 record. So there's some good volleyball in Northern Colorado, let me tell you.
So the two standing face-in wingbacks fake the give. Kenny looking downfield, fires it right down the middle. Ball's going to be caught by Weinmaster on the ball. Is actually might have been deflected. He spins out of one tackle. He's got the edge of the end zone.
Yeah, you're not good.
And he's going to make it in. So the long pass for the touchdown covers 47 yards from Kenny to Weinmaster. And I think Kenny's arm ran as he's going for it. He got hit because that ball came up pretty short.
Well, you know, we talk about put air under it and let your receiver run under. That's what he did. He just threw it out there in the middle, and
come get it.
You know, Weinmaster just said, "All right, I'll take it." And you're not going to tackle him out in the middle of the field like that. I mean, you're going to have that's.
Yeah, he's tough to handle there. So, point pending here with 8:49 left in the game. Loveland missing one player to complete their PAT formation. Snap was down low. That was, I don't know if that's a play call or not, but he's going to fire it in there. Hits the kicker, and did he get in? I think he's just short.
Yeah, I don't think that was a play. I think
that was just a one hopper, and the holder did a nice job of reacting. It's the old fire call. Everybody going to a pre-designed play. So
again, similar to Novocaine, it's 41-7, and if Loveland scores another touchdown, this is a mercy rule game.
Yep.
And, you know, and it's just kind of happened, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, and they've stopped themselves. They had the interception and the fumble downfield after a long run.
And, you know, the holding call.
Yeah.
Of course, they went ahead and scored on that one anyway. But so, again, the Lambkins really just need to do some positive things here. And right now they need to keep them from scoring again.
Yeah, well, the best way you can do that, go out and set your drive. Just run the offense you want to run right now. The game, is fairly well decided. But let's go out and make those improvements. There's a lot of season left. You've still got several games to play. You get into your conference play, and you have a chance to improve every night. So Seymour kicking off again. Sega takes the ball at the 3, breaks up to his left.
There's a block in the and there
breaks
he goes.
I'll
tell you what, he's fast enough to
get to the outside, get out across the 40. And we got a late hit, a really silly late hit. Seymour dragged him down out of bounds on another Loveland player. I don't know that he really dived or to try to deliver a hit, Randy, but he didn't stop, and he fell into both of them, and the flag came out, so they'll be tacking another 15 yards, a second personal foul of the half against the Indians. You see the referee now giving that call. So it takes a really good return and then multiplies that out on past midfield.
And Abby's showing his speed there. And
oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that.
About a 40-yard return, plus the 15-yard penalty, and they're in business.
Like I say, you go win it play-by-play now. Motion this side of the field. Shore sets up in the slot, trips this side. Fake the give. Iverson around the left end. He's got a lot of room to run. But just the speed of that defense, they got to him pretty quickly. I thought he had a chance to easily make first down yardage.
Well, he should have run out of bounds.
Yeah.
Stop the clock.
Yep.
Because the clock is not your friend right now.
Well, and it's one of those mental parts of the game you just keep getting better at.
Folks, he's a sophomore.
Yeah.
So just think about it. If you've got kids, what they were like when they were 15.
Anybody else have a 15-year-old son?
Yeah.
We've had that.
And he's playing football at a very high level.
Yeah, no, he's had a very good season to start, and it'll get better. Loveland bringing the blitz now, mixed up in the backfield. Iverson ends up with the ball. He's going to move forward. Nice job athletically. He's still fighting. Easily first down inside the 30. So the play design wasn't what the tailback and the quarterback did.
Well, it was you take it. No, I got it.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 now, ball inside the 30, 28-yard line. Clock is running. 7:39 left to play. Motion this time. Short takes it upfield. And gets hit.
Oh, number 6.
Yeah. Big play coming across there, and just a strong tackle. Well, like I said, that jet sweep, there's only a couple lanes that do that, and right now everything Loveland's doing, they're playing downhill. They're coming straight forward. Time is stopped on the field. There's a flag in the defensive backfield.
That was Colby Mock, I believe is how you pronounce that. That's a
big boy pop. Personal foul going to be called on the Lampkins. So I imagine it's going to be a chop block downfield. So as a matter of course.
They give that 15 right back.
Yeah. And that's a line of scrimmage foul, obviously, the way they're marking it. I thought it would be from downfield, but it was during the play, so I guess that certainly is the.
Well, the speed of the Indians keeps them from going wide. Is that right?
Yeah, they can run laterally faster than the Lampkins can, and the Lampkins know where they're going. They just know this is it. They've got a lot of athletes.
All their running success has been up the middle.
Yep. Well, actually, like I say, when they went to that I formation with the quarterback under center, and actually Garrett McGraw was having most of it, they just put their linemen heel to heel, and they just use their size advantage. A lot of air into this one downfield. Sega trying to find his way to it. He catches it, but well out of bounds. That ball just kind of got away from Iverson, and he knows it. Maybe didn't flip his feet far enough because he kind of threw with his body open, like the old shortstop coming across second base for the double play. That was all arm and just kind of fluttered a little bit. I like the play call. I like the chance to take it downfield. You got to make a few things happen. 6:50 to play. Thanks for watching Streaming Sports tonight. Our sponsors, Schrader Oil, First Bank, Pedersen Toyota. If you get to do any business with those, thank them for helping us bring you high school sports and highlighting local athletes here in Northern Colorado.
Thank them on Twitter, too. They all have Twitter accounts.
Fake the jet sweep, bubble screen coming this time, and just a little before Purnell had a chance to turn up and do it.
Don't even know who he was throwing to at that point because, when you have
timing was off.
Yeah, when you have a screen like that, you allow the defenders to come at you. So you got to get rid of the ball, don't you?
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah, and sometimes the receiver's just got to look inside. He's got to see, even though the play is designed to run a certain time, and there's a timing to it. But if you see everybody coming in the jailbreaks, here comes the blitz. You got to be looking for the ball quicker.
4th and Loveland.
Yeah, they'd have to get inside the 19-yard line, 18-yard line for first down. Yeah, those personal foul penalties are pretty much impossible to overcome. Snap, Purnell, just end over ender, nobody back to return. Ball just falls like a loaf of bread on the 15-yard line and just stayed there, didn't it?
Yeah, that was
deadening of the ball. Nice job, and it's up in the air, and Lampkins cover it, so the Indians will take over right on their own 15-yard line inside the left hash going to the north end zone. But it's a beautiful night to play, Randy. It's cooled off. It's really quite nice now. The flag, hardly any breeze at all down here. We can test that up here. It's a little warm in this box, and I think tomorrow we may be really sure it's going to be warm up here tomorrow.
Loveland, very impressive tonight. Very, very impressive.
Yep. Fully deserved their ranking here early in the season. So Kenny's still in a quarterback motion. Give to Bork right up the middle. Falls a man, breaks one tackle. Gang tackle now after gain of nearly 10 yards. I mean, I tell you, they hit the hole at full speed. I mean, they really accelerate. They look so quick.
And again, the offense, they come at you. They want to play. They run into the, they can't wait to run the play. And, if I was averaging 10 yards a run, I wouldn't be able to wait either.
Well, and it feeds on itself, too. I mean, like you say, when that bell cow, that center turns around, he runs the line of scrimmage. They want to run the next play. The success begets success, and it's tough. Lampkins, to their credit, haven't given up and competed the whole time. There's 6:13 left in the game. Down 41-7. But Loveland is just the irresistible force. Motion near side again, fake, give it to Borker on the inside. He's going to be bottled up, no gain, maybe a loss of a half yard or so. Nice job on the interior that time by the Lampkin defense. Pedersen, the captain again. Testament to a senior, out there, you're still leading by example. You're still playing really hard. other Lampkins in the game too. I want to make sure we see everybody there. And Ethan Ashley, number 17. Just back and forth some substitutions. Grant Parker, 23. Braden Studd is 23. 5, here's your near, sideline quarter, Alam Bashara. Run again. Trying to work his way forward.
That's not their game. That when they take a long time.
Well, and they're out of respect to the game and everything else. Now they've kind of done everything they can. They've turned off the Jets. 5:05 to play here in the game, and 3rd and 10 coming up. I wouldn't be at 3rd and 7. I wouldn't be surprised to have a pass play here. Like I say, they've come into the game with only 11 pass attempts, and you're going to need them.
If they pass you, they're almost doing you a favor, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Chance to stop the clock.
We were talking about opposites. And
Winemaster back in the game after about 4 carries straight. Yep. Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Pistol formation, motion again. Just give on the jet sweep. Lampkins have seen a fair amount of that. Great second effort. Gets it down close, but close to the 35-yard line, but it'll be short. It'll be 4th down. So hard run that time by Cody Rakowski, also the kicker. I mean, a lot of these kids, multiple position kids here in Loveland, you just don't have the body count, so you start having more kids playing both ways, and boy, they're really holding up well tonight. It started as a pretty hot game, temperature-wise.
Yeah, this is.
So punt situation. Did the shift again. No rush. Punt really didn't go anywhere. It may not be making, I don't think it's going to make midfield. That was pretty much a shank. I don't think they've had to punt much either.
No. It's, like I said, you might have had to go wake him up on the sideline.
Yeah, that looked like a little rusty there.
I don't know, but there's some food smelling coming through these windows right here.
Yeah. Whatever the stadium fare du jour is tonight, it's smelling pretty good. Somebody must have a little bit of an ongoing barbecue that we weren't invited to.
Well, these early games, right in the middle of dinner time, so.
Somebody in the neighborhood could have steaks on. Think they made a couple for extra for us. Wishful thinking. Mm-hmm. 1st and 10 now on the Indian side of the field, 45-yard line. Iverson back, bubble screen here to the outside, quick throw. Just quick little play inside out, got rid of his hands, completed number 38. Oliver Hunsinger, the junior. Nice job of just presenting his number, his hands right to the quarterback. Good delivery and turn it straight upfield, gain 5.
It's going to be fun to see how far Loveland can go in the 4A state tournament.
Well, didn't see any weaknesses tonight, that's for sure. Lampkin's being pretty deliberate here, not a lot of hurry up. We had several chances. I mean, that's been about the 20 seconds for the play clock. They're already getting the countdown from the back judge. Faked it to the fullback. Got a man, Pedersen, running right downfield, wide open. And I saw the big guy go in. I thought, okay, it's time to get your senior tight end, captain, do everything player a chance to score. And actually, the safety kind of made a late break on it. I think it might have crossed him up because hit him pretty near the hands, but it had been a really good catch. I like the fake, too, because they faked the fullback dive. So 3rd and 5 now. Need to get across the 35-yard line for the 1st down. Motion left. Iverson waits till he sets. Give the ball straight upfield on the delay play there. Remmers streaking downfield well inside the 30-yard line. Pick up about 14 yards.
Well, we've said this the whole game.
Actually, that's number 4 that time.
Running in between the tackles is where they've gotten all their yards.
Yep, Shea Wind on the carry. Nice acceleration.
Got a volleyball score here. Holy Family and Windsor tied. 1 game apiece in the 3rd set.
1st and 10 Lampkins, ball on the 26-yard line. Give again, straight at the middle of Wind. streaking down forward. I tell you, he's running in and out of tackles. Good forward lean. Gets down inside the 15. Gotta love it. No quitting the Lampkins. Still competing. Clock is running after the set. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left here in the game. Remember to tune in to Streaming Sports twice tomorrow, correct?
Yes.
Can't just stay on and watch.
Two different links, but you folks know that, and we'll have a big Bear Creek crowd, I know. They emailed me and thanked me.
Yep. Little hitch pass that thrown to the outside on the weak side, trying to get a little one-on-one coverage. Seged trying to make a move and kind of gave up the ground he already earned. Forward progress will get him about 4 yards down to the 10-yard line. Second and 7 now. Need to get inside the 4-yard line for a first down. Lampkin's just running their offense, Randy. You just got to get better every play. Fake the sweep inside. They're trying to get Pedersen the shovel pass that time. I love the idea.
Got to get closer on that fake, though, don't you?
Yeah.
For it to work.
Big fella's had a couple attempts there to take one into the end zone, and he kind of jogs off now. He's had a yeoman's night's work, that's for sure. All that defensive end, he's got a bit of a limp going on. So 3rd down 3. No back set. Iverson, quarterback's just kept it. He goes forward close.
This will be fun here these last 30 seconds. Two teams. Loveland doesn't want to give up any more points, and Fort Collins wants to score another touchdown.
Yep.
So
Collins is up in 2 sets to nothing in their match tonight in their volleyball contest.
Boy, they came out of nowhere and are a dominant
second-year coach and playing really well.
Very aggressive.
So what will most likely be the last play of the game right here, 4th down.
They're going to
with
run something.
7 seconds left, Lampkins are going to get the snap off, give the ball to Wind up the middle, makes one cut. He's going to be tackled. Not only won't get the first down, that's going to be the time running out. So Loveland comes in, Randy, with a very impressive performance.
Yeah, we didn't know what to expect. You see the gaudy numbers in the first part of the season. You never know, but
we do now.
They scored 41 here at French Field and only gave up 7, so that's going to be it tonight.
Credit the Indians. They're coming up here playing a tough game. Lampkins, we know, never gave up, but just too much speed, execution done so well with so many weapons by the Loveland team.
So we will see you tomorrow night. For Randy McCoy, David Haase, Brian Roxbury. You've been watching Streaming Sports 41-7 Loveland over Fort Collins. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Poudre School District High School Football, live on Stream It Sports Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank. Banking.